Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 20th of October. So, what's in store for today, he says. Let's look at the risk events first. Just switch across here, looking in the news, events coming out. In fact, it's just, is this going to refresh the data? It's not at the moment. Let's just refresh this. There we go. And, well, just looking at yesterday's data there. In the afternoon, existing home sales came out better than expected. But today, this morning, we've seen retail sales in the UK quite a way below expectation there. Now that takes the pressure off of a further increase this year, but to a degree. But inflation's still holding up stickily. This is a to me, it's more concerning because when people stop spending money, it reduces demand, and there's a big cycle, and it rolls on. And yep, the effect of the interest rate increases is being felt. Okay. So let's have a look at the markets themselves. There's nothing more. There's nothing more. There's the Canadian retail sales later that are due, and we've got some speakers. We've got Harker at 2 p.m. Let's just check where he's speaking. Due to speak about the economic outlook at the risk management. Okay, so I mean he's spoken already recently, but due to speak again then. So let's have a look at these markets. We'll start off looking at currencies as ever, and the euro dollar. Euro yesterday, weird old days that we're seeing here with the price action. It's pretty choppy, and it's sort of yesterday it sort of dawned on to me that these trends aren't trending. We're just seeing quite some horrible movements. It looks like it's set up for the day or for the morning, and we're getting quite a bit of a reversal. Like yesterday, it'd been selling off the day before. It looked like yesterday like it was going to roll over. What did it do? It didn't roll over. It ended up just pushing it through and going completely opposite way. If we've gone back to the 4 hourlies there, so what we've got now is a higher low. It actually, at one stage it looked like it was just going to run back into that daily or the bigger time frame trend line there, but it's broken that, come back, retested the other side. Where to today? Is it going to bounce from here, or is it going to roll over? It's really, to me, not clear-ish. It's as I say, there's the beginnings of a high. Well, there is a higher low there on this 4 hourly time frame. Maybe if we break the highs back here, it might settle things a little bit more for a bit more of a trend to the upside. But these markets are just horrible. Well, the euros particularly is just horrible at the moment. The pound. So in that case, I'm not going to be trading the euro. The pound. Well, we've seen a bit of reaction this morning. Sold off in the current bar there. It too yesterday though, it was looking pretty decent for the sell-off. Come 10 o'clock, it all reversed and went other way, and rallied through until the late afternoon there and into the evening, and it sold completely opposite way. So effectively whipsawing. So for swing traders, it makes it particularly difficult at the moment. I sort of trade off the 4 hourlies, the hourlies, and even so, it's difficult to really work out which way this is going to go. Is it going to continue properly to the downside? It looks more like it. Maybe it's a little bit better than the euro is, but not a great deal. We're still seeing these markets run from side to side. Dollar yen still not tradable to me where it's sitting at the moment. It's for lots of chop, so I'll clear out of that. There's no point spending time looking at it. It's also making a lot of obviously the yen pairs look quite ugly. Aussie dollar, this yesterday, did the same as everything else at one stage. It rallied back up there, but not to the same degree where it was taking out previous highs. but nevertheless it ran up. In fact, this ran up at 7, 8 o'clock. It rolled back at 7 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock. Everything rolled back, and well, it has done pretty much so at the moment. Whether we're going to see a continuation of this to the downside, we'll have to wait and see. But to me, it looks soft. We've got these lows that are sort of being challenged to a degree, and it looks soft on the bigger picture. But short term, we're getting these whips up. US dollar, Canadian dollar, sorry, US dollar, yep, US dollar, Canadian dollar. I was right in the first place. Well, it's the general picture continues to the upside for now. It's possibly a little bit less freaky than the others, or choppy than the others, but still the movements there. There you go. It came off a bit sort of late at 5 o'clock. We saw it strengthen further, but it spent most of its morning just consolidated there. So one market I was looking at, and I'm thinking this morning, well, this could be interesting, is this dollar Swissy. Dollar Swissy's been coming off quite nicely on the dailies there, 4-hourly wise. Well, we've seen some retracements. Yesterday it came up in the morning there, but didn't really well, I guess reflecting back on this now, it sort of broke those lows which I was looking at quite late at midday-ish there, and continued to roll. And this one didn't, well, it had its whip there. I was just looking, but not quite the same as the other markets. It just continued in play. So I am looking at this morning and seeing whether this, I see this morning, today, whether we'll see a move back towards this pivot there. It would be absolutely ideal if it gets back towards the pivot, and if we can get a short coming late, maybe mid-morning, late morning into the afternoon, coming off that might be the trade. As I said, the euro pairs, the euro yen, sorry, the yen pairs, and the euro's choppy, and the yen pairs, yen's not really moving too well, and we continue to sit in this broad resistance area. It did pitch out yesterday. It did finally pitch through that a little bit more. However, still, well, it has put the higher low in there. Now maybe we'll get a bit more of a continuation in this move. Of course, the risk is, of course, it is sitting there on the yen, remaining pretty weak, but it could switch and be we could see another one of these spikes down at any stage. So bit remaining ugly. Let's flick through the others quite quickly here, just looking at on an hourly basis here. Euro pound, well, this is trending. It's choppy at times, but it's got more of a trend. It's moving quite well, and there could be, on retracements, opportunities to continue taking this move at this moment. Anyway, I say at this moment, today, tomorrow, today, maybe Monday. Euro Aussie, another one that's sitting there a little bit more consistent, and it's pushed up again to this morning, broken through. It's got these high lows, higher highs coming through there, but even yesterday it flatters it when you look at the higher time frames. But you should really, this is a swing currency, you should only really be looking on the swing side, but this is still pushing upwards, higher lows coming through. But even then, yesterday it pulled back quite a long way. It looks nicer on the bigger time frames, and that is, as I said, it's generally a better swing candidate. Euro CAD, I'd looked at it yesterday briefly, and then looked away. What time was I looking at that? Euro CAD, I was looking for a swing on this, and certainly missed it, but it has again moved out here yesterday. It just it didn't retrace in the morning really. It just went and went and went. Was looking for something more of a retrace on it to get in, but it's not doing that at the moment. It could go again today. This just, let's get, if I can get a trend line on there, it'd be good. So just really looking across this area here, see what it does this morning. If it starts breaking back above there, maybe we can get into a long position on that. it's one of those that when it does get into a trend, it can be quite nice and move reasonably well and continue to move well. So there's a possibility Euro New Zealand has done exactly the same. It's just been a bit more consistent, particularly on the daily picture. It maybe done it where there'll be some divergence across the highs here, all sorts of things kicking in. Sellers are coming in from this sort of double top that we got coming in, but my preference would be on the long side of that, but not from here. Pound Aussie, have been looking on the short side on this, but it's just not. I was really looking from a Heikin-Ashi picture. It's just not looking at this big bear flag, this big swing trade, but position trade even, but just not coming off quick enough for me there. So really just looking at the bigger time frame, but who knows, there could be something on the shorter time frame that continues running through. Yesterday it was pretty consistent. Once it did start breaking through there in the morning, it broke through, and it broke through again in the afternoon. But again, anything to do with the Aussie can be choppy, and it's much more of a swing position. I'm looking at it from a daily point of view, really. Pound CAD, well, it just shows you the weakness of this morning. Euro CAD's pushing upwards, the pound CAD's consolidating, and actually now it's broken once again it's broken out of this channel that popped in earlier in the week. So looking like we could get a continuation to the downside. But Bitty, it's already done the daily pivot S1. It doesn't give me a lot more range to run for. Okay, so there's not. I'm just looking at the Aussie CAD because I've put a signal into this yesterday. I was looking to see if this rolled over. Well, it's still got the potential. Again, anything to do with the Aussie, choppy. Well, there's certainly some choppiness in this. Looking at it now, I probably prefer to be, if I'm going to take this, it's a position and it's going to be breaking down here. It would be held for a few days probably, so taking it right into the weekend isn't too logical for me. Right, so I'm going to leave things there. On the Forex side, quick look at gold. Gold's been holding on steady overall, there you go, and it's been pushing up again. This really is the safety net, pushing up solidly, not really giving much in the way of retracements. It had yesterday, didn't get back to its pivot, but it went and in the earlier part of the morning there and continued just pushing through. So gold does look strong. A retracement back to the pivot would be quite nice. Let's pop the old pivot, let's put the signal on there. I'll look at that if it comes back early enough, but it has been moving quite nicely. Crude, seen a solid old shove up yesterday, pushing up. Morning Cam, pushing up solidly, higher lows, higher highs, coming back through this. It is getting there. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to be getting there in. Certainly didn't get into it yesterday. It did go in the afternoon, but so did I. I went out. So there we go. Anyway, it's pushed up. It didn't look particularly pretty when I was looking at it, and I was looking about 3ish. At that time didn't look particularly good with these lower highs coming through here. I want to be on the long side of it. Well, as I say, it's gone. Maybe if we get some sort of retrace, it could give another opportunity, but gone a bit ugly. Equity markets, just look at S&Ps, what's going on there, and well, it's pretty clear that it's selling again here on the S&Ps. 3 days, we're on the 4th day down there at the moment, lower highs, lower lows, and this really is the picture. Ugly as sin though during most of the trading session that we're running through, so you've got to pick your time and put big wide stops on there. There's no point trying to be doing anything on the well, I'm sure there's shorter term traders making money out of these markets, but they got that. When I'd say short term, they're probably just little scalper moves, because some of what's going on here, you just look at the color of the bars, you red, green, red, okay, red, green, but you're just getting this whip running through there. It's not obvious in terms of trend a lot of the time. Hence, you've got to come out to the big time frames, look at what's happening there, and take it from there. Okay, the DAX this morning, well, was continue again. We're running down southbound. It looks so much clearer now. Now it's running, but it's already gone so far this morning. Yep, we might get a little bounce off its S1. It's just running into this morning. It's just hitting 8 o'clock. We sometimes see a bit of a reversal here. Might give opportunities later, but it's really selling. Again, yesterday, horribly choppy. We could end up, this looks nice at the moment, could end up in a horrible chop mode. The FTSE, no different in terms of its short term. Big picture still, as I said, another sell-off there yesterday. You see it on the 4 hourlies just coming off really quite cleanly. But again, when you look at the dailies, if you day trade in this, it's quite choppy, moving both sides. Again, it's as with so many of these markets, forex markets, equity markets, it's the swing side with the big stops that are needed at the moment. The short term just isn't producing so well. Right, that's it for me. I wish you a great day's trading and a great weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday. Bye for now. There we go.